Today we are going to be looking at a game between Mikhail Tal and Francis Mensouan. He was a master. He was 2248. The biggest difference between a GM and a master is that one will have their picture on chess.com in the databases, and the master will not. This is a very short game. It's going to be a very short video due to travels, but it's going to be a masterpiece. It's a flawless game by Tal, like many others, with sacrifices. So we get a Sicilian by Black. We get an open Sicilian by Tal playing for d4, and then we get e6, which is actually the Kan Sicilian. I do like this Sicilian. You go e6, a6. You kind of swing a tempo back into white's court, and then you avoid many of the sharp lines. And also, he can't play the Moroxy bind, which is, I think, the best setup against the Kan. So he goes g3. He goes for this kingside fianchetto. It is a good Sicilian, and actually against the Kan specifically, and against many Sicilians, it's good because the bishop wants to come to b7. So the bishop on g2 will numb the pain that the bishop on b7 will bring into white's position. Of course, it doesn't deter or stop b5, so we still get it. Both sides fianchetto, one on the king, one on the queen. We get castles and a development move, knight c6. So what do we do here? Well, what is the point of the open Sicilian? It is to play for d4. After all, full center control is good. Take, black gets the open c file, but white gets the open d file. Semi-open files, right? Because there are respective pawns there. Now we get knight e7. I'm not a fan of knight e7. Here, you go h5 with this fianchetto pawn structure in the center of the board. You can attack on the king side, and your king actually stays safe here in the center of the board for a long time. So h5 is a great line. Then maybe you can even get the knight to h6 if you don't hang that pawn. Maybe you want to hang the pawn because you want to attack them. It's chess, endless possibilities. But okay, we get knight e7. We get bishop to g5. And let me turn on the bar, the eval bar. Okay, I hope you guys see that. You guys might not because I don't have my monitor on me right now. It is all packed up. But bishop to g5, pinning the knight. And here, black throws the game with queen c7. This is a common mistake people fall into in the Kan setup. I've seen this a multitude of times, not at the GM level, of course. Try to figure out why queen c7 is a mistake and how white can exploit it. If you said knight takes b5, knight d takes b5, you are a genius. Right? Because you're threatening this and you're threatening this. The vision of the dark squared bishop is obscured, and now the king that lags behind in development is not so safe in the center of the board. He had to trade and then go knight e7 to go knight c6. He did it in the wrong order, and now he is losing. So the queen has to move. The best black actually had was queen e5 here. If king d8, that is a mega fork. So you'd have to give up the queen and then play this position against Tal, which basically you could just resign. But okay, he goes queen b6. We get a check. We get a fork. You pick up a rook. He goes knight e5. And then how do you close it out? Queen h5. When they have no f-pawn, this is a good check. You've seen that as a beginner in many e4, e5 trap positions. Now queen takes h7, bishop to c6, bishop to f6, and black resigned. Why? Well, this knight is under pressure. It's either going to be defended or it's going to move. Either or, you're either going to exchange it or give the check, and then you give this check, you pick up the whole world, and you win the game. So a quick game demonstrating the differences between masters and grandmasters. He got caught in the opening. There's not much you could do there, but a cool game by the magician. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. Thank you as always for watching, and have a great day.